Hello everyone, how's it going? Anything of new, anything of old, anything at all. What's up guys? Back here again with a brand new batch of Necromundas to paint up. 4 of them, and they will be the last batch to do for now. So I will try to batch paint as much as I can these guys and try and keep things moving along about as quickly as I can get them to. Yeah. There are a few things worth noting, but would like to do that as we go along. In the meanwhile, how is everyone doing? Anything that you would like to share? Any links to work in progress? Or just anything hobby related? Something that helps you deal and cope with the day the way it is. The Mondays. Are you suffering from a case of the Mondays, or is it just a regular day? Let me know. Gonna give a few moments for people to go up. We'll be jumping right on the paint train. I can get through flesh and maybe the boots or the pants would be great. Not really sure if I'll be able to, but sure as hell we'll try. And hopefully I will not forget as often to switch between the focus this time. We'll see how that would like to work out. So, a little bit of idea sharing. Pretty much what my concept for these 4 guys are. I will be using the wackier colors for flesh for all of these. So, green, purple, blue, and gray. The way I will decide who will get which color will be based on the previous batch. So the guys that didn't get a head full of hair from the last batch will get the color that their counterpart has. And I explained that horribly, but I will just show you in just a moment. I got the dudes that are already near me, so I can do a little bit of a show and tell. I'm gonna play around with some stuff today. In terms of picking out the colors, it will not be as random as it was the first time around. Okay, that's enough of that, and let's get quit. Old guys out, the old guard. So I can show you what I mean, and we will be switching off the just for this. So green guy had his chance to have a full set of hair, so let's pick out a dude that didn't have that, that doesn't have that right now. So this guy has spiky bits, so he is going to be green. Okay, let's put them like this so I don't forget what I'm painting. So this guy has hair, so let's try and pick out one of the colors that didn't get that treatment. For instance, blue. Blue did not have hair, and this time he will. Okay? This is because I like to play with the colors of the Mohawks, and it's another opportunity to play around with complementary colors. So it'll be interesting to pick out a combination of colors that will be nice and contrasting for a blue-skinned dude. Next up, we got another dude who has hair. So do we have anyone that doesn't? Oh, and that will be... no, I want the wacky colors. Wacky colors will be purple. Alright, purple didn't get colored hair, so this guy gets the purple. And interestingly enough, he is also the one with the full mask on. Oh, what do you know? Not a problem here. Okay. And the last guy, he also has hair, so I try to pick out most of the kits with the alternate head options that have hair. Put them on these guys, and that will be, however, again gray, but we'll try and pick out a different combination of colors. Right. Alternatively, we could go for this open coma normal color for flesh, but nah, let's keep them wacky. Let's keep them non-human, just for the fun of it. So we got it set out. And instead of mixing in a full batch of colors, let's get the pro acryls out. So the only problem I have here is that their coverage over gray has not been, let's say, impeccable. But anyway, let's give it a go. This should be should be sealed. Yep. Let's unseal it. So we're starting off with green, actually. Get the gunk off. It doesn't stop the paint flow, it's just a habit to get into. And of course, the shaky part. sort of helps me keep balance. Alright. Question is, what brush to use? Let's keep it with the number 4 and 2. Would like a little bit. How about one of the Bjosners? Yeah, let's go with this. Haven't painted with them in a while, and they are nice and big and be good for base coating. Yeah, that will be good. Alright, green paint it is. Open. These are sort of pre-thinned, so a little bit more paint would probably go a long way. And we are off. Seem to be having a little bit of a problem with the underlying primer, but whatever, we'll get through it. Okay, yeah, with this brush, coverage is okay. There seems to be some construction work going on in the background. If it's too loud, or if you can hear it, because I don't see it registering, but if you do, let me know. Let's just paint by sectioning off. So we have a guide. So let me know if you have problems with seeing what I do. Try to keep things in focus, but I'm not perfect, so if it eludes me, let me know. I do have a few show and tell talking points. Let's give people a little bit of time. Go up. And we'll cover them. So this is not actually the mid-tone that we will be working from. It is an underpaint that I will be treating as the deepest shadow. Alright, let's just go over the whole model. Go back. I'm going to try and apply the same approach that I had for the last guy that I did. Meaning that I will build up the colors and then I'll glaze down with some sort of an additional color, probably purple. That is gonna be kind of in the future, because right now I'm just focusing on basing things down. I do spill out a lot and I will make corrections to the colors as we go along. Because it is a little bit more time saving to do it a little bit sloppy as it age. Thank God whatever machine is working finally shut up. And restart it. Alright, give me a second to close the window because this is unbearable for me even though it much better. I have to do some shenanigans for the hard to reach areas, maybe use a different brush. We're okay for now. I've been painting a few times off stream. As a result, I have completely lost the habit of keeping the model in frame. So sorry about that, and I'll try to rectify it as we go on. This stream and quite possibly the next, I'll just be base coating stuff. So. Granted, not the most interesting thing in the world, but it is. Step in the process, and nonetheless. Alright, and now I think all that's left fast would be the noggin. Go over it again and on. And I have to think of names for these guys. As I haven't. That'll probably, as you have probably seen, the way I named their predecessors. Massively original. And yeah, I think I'll be sticking with those names. When we get to actually playing the game. Yo, Agent Orange. What's up? I am well, thank you. I couldn't really sleep last night, so I'm a bit down on the battery juice, but fairly okay. How about yourself? Yeah, I just mismanaged my time as usual, and oh god. Okay, let's go for a second. Go for Flash. Yeah, it was a weird night. Hopefully the accumulated exhaustion will give us both a bit of time for respite. Yeah, I also just glossed over a few things. Anything that stood out that caught your attention? Did you notice that there is no fame anymore? Yeah. D3 for fans with the added, instead of fan factor, the, what was it? Dedicated fans. Oh, and yeah, the added inducement, the thing about the prayers of Nuffle that we were wondering about. Yeah, why did they get that stupid throw template? Why? Like, you mean the past one, right? The stupid ruler? Literally nobody uses that. Ah, you mean the throw-in one? Alright, alright. Yeah, that one is also unchanged. Right. The Prayers of Nuffle thing is actually pretty interesting. So you roll for it as an extra table before the kickoff. So it's not. I initially thought that it was a kickoff event. Yeah, some of them are pretty dumb, but what I liked was the conditions under which you actually make the rolls, which is sort of an additional inducement. If you are the underdog team value wise, so you roll once for every 50k of team value. Yeah, a little bit. But most of them are short term, so for a single drive, meaning that should be fine. Most of them do not rule over the entire game. And that's pretty much the extent how far I got. I wanted to see if, well, to confirm that you catch the ball on an agility test instead of a passing test. I think that's the case. Otherwise it would be fairly useless. Yeah, because then it would be fairly. The throwers would need to pass among themselves, which doesn't really make sense because they're not advanced units. There are a few bumbling things, yeah. But they are trying to clean them up. Like, they stated that throw teammate is now a action separate passing. However, you still cannot do a pass action and a throw teammate action within the same turn. So why would you not just qualify it as the same action? I don't know. Yeah, some things appear to be unnecessarily worded weirdly. But again, this is pretty much the extent which I got. There was something that I didn't read too much into, but kind of looked like something that may have been changed, which is the difference between team value and current team value. Didn't get too much into it, and it does seem to be the same, but the fact that it is considered to be different, because the first sentence said that it is. Yeah, hopefully it will be easy to reprogram our brains, to rewire our brains to the new stuff. without too much reference. Exhibition matches. Like the friendlies within a league? I haven't seen that yet, so I can't really talk about it. I'll check them out. I'll try and read them as possible. Oh, so you're saying that they are their own entity, like completely completely separate from league play? Because I don't know, because maybe they are drawing a difference between a friendly within a league, so outside of the regular games, but still like for extra boosts of practice, and an exhibition match which probably doesn't have effects over the league. I don't know. Come on then, get in there. Get in. Okay, I think this guy is done. Flash wise, base coat wise. I'll go over them again if I need. I did find models for the ogres and the snotlings. I'm very happy. That's that's actually one of the reasons I couldn't sleep yesterday. I was going through every single model range that I could think of to put 2 and 2 together and build an ogre team. Yeah, it's a bit weird. You're probably not gonna like them, but I'm going to show you anyway. Just give me a moment. Right, so these will be the ogre models. Very little conversion will be required for them, so essentially just cut off the side weapons and it should be fine. They are only 3 in a pack, so no, not because of that. It's because I am once again trying to introduce sci-fi motifs in Blood Bowl, but I just really. My only worry is that Yeah, I will need to repose the arms anyway because, like I said, they are 3 in a pack, so I need to buy 2 packs, and I will need to do some slight conversions to the arms, get the pose right. But I think this is the only weird pose. This one is alright, and where was the other one? And this one is also okay. So just one of them is will be a bit goofy without the weapons. And another interesting, yeah, yeah. I saw some. They might be a little bit bigger, but I think I'll be able to get them on a 32 mil base. Yeah, only one needs to be a little bit changed. Like I can probably just raise the arm a little bit. Like one of the arms can go down, the other one can go up, and it should be good to go. So this is about the ogres, and for the little guys, God damn it. I got these, the Mechanothros from the Cricks in War Machine. If the ogres are a little bit bigger, they will look proportionate to these guys, so they will look smaller. And if they are not small enough, I can shorten their legs a little bit more. Make them look more like necro monkeys. And there are exactly 10 of them. So I just need one pack of these and 2 packs of the ogres, and I'm set. It's a little bit more expensive. Yeah. Again, I can cut down their legs, so I can shorten their legs if they look too big. They are a little bit on the goofy side and whatnot, so it should be okay. Like I can snip the this part here a little bit and this part a little bit. I can play around with them. Make them more snotlingy, but I think that the theme is sort of okay compared to the ogres, so they will be kind of okay together. I'm not gonna get them right away, but it's just they don't have weapons. That's why I like them. They are all with fists and gauntlets. Maybe this guy has some sort of a weapon, but I'm not sure. I need to see. And this guy, yeah, this guy will need another hand. But I have some spares from the humans that I cut apart, so I do have some hands. Not gonna be a problem. Yeah, so something in that range, I think. Next up will be blue. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. That's the point. That's the idea. Yeah, it could be a cool little project. They're metal minis, so I don't know. I have a saw and I have the clippers. They are also very disfigured to begin with, so no matter how much I damage the actual model during the cutting, it won't look too much out of place. It's going to be forgiving for any conversions is what I mean. The only thing I'm worried about is if the ogres will be way too big, but I think they'll be okay. They are from scale 75, and they also have very, very cool Necro Cyborg type stuff that I really don't know what I would use them for, but they just have really cool stuff. And regarding the thralls, yeah, I got it. The bone under the knee, between the knee and the ankle, right? That's what you're thinking about. At least it's what I'm thinking about. Focus. Bam. No. Oh. Nice. Oh, the. Well, let me know if you figure it out. That's pretty much what I'm thinking for the moment. Median. Oh, no. No. That's gonna be too difficult. That's gonna be way too difficult to do. Why though? Why would I cut their torsos in half? The point is to get them sort of disproportionate. Like I said, kind of like monkeys in terms of length of arms to legs. And there is a bigger kit of Mechanothralls, which is again 10 of those, but there are also 3 that look very much like what's the word? Like flesh golems. So I might also have an idea about a theme or a necro theme. But that's just an idea. So are the ogres at this point, really. They're not set in stone. But I was kind of feeling such a overall aesthetic about them, and I'm pretty happy that I found them. Also, it turns out that the troll that you I think you got him as well. Um, the one with the gas mask. There is actually an entire orc team in that theme, if you like it. It's again by Gaspez, it's the first thing that comes up. They all have great coats and great coats and German names. Yeah, I just didn't. I didn't see the other models when we looked at the troll. Well, it depends on how you paint them, I think. Not necessarily that they have to have the actual... They don't really have any insignias or anything. And you don't name them the way that they're named, I don't think there should be any cause of concern or issue. Yeah, again, the models themselves, especially if you don't paint them exactly like the studio theme, it'd be fine. But then again, who the hell knows? They are also closer to Deathcore of Krieg rather than something else, I think. I don't know. But they do look neat, and they do look, although they are an obviously old team, design-wise they're pretty good. Some of the poses for the Blitzers are a little bit too goofy for me, but they still look nice. Oh, I managed to bring the airbrush back to life. The compressor, it turns out, had just severely overheated. And given a little bit of time, it now works okay. Also, I completely disassembled and reassembled the airbrush, gave the actual airbrush a thorough cleaning. So now I actually, again, it's a lot. Yeah, that was exactly my reaction when it started. The original airbrush is dead, but the cheapo Chinese one that I got is very much alive and easy to use. So if I have a reason to use an airbrush, I now can. Cool, have that option. I might use it for varnishing so that I don't destroy the model like I did with the new varnish. With the ultra matte. I watched a review by Vince Venturella, and he said that he can shoot it out of an airbrush without any dilution. So I suppose that as long as I don't over-glop it up, it should be fine. And it's also pretty good because I'll be able to, when I'm done with these guys, I'll be able to give them all, like all the new models, a good coat of that, and just make them look a little bit more equal. But yeah, that was a fairly good surprise. Because I was ready to throw it out. As it had served its purpose with dignity and longevity. It's a 7-year-old airbrush. 7-year-old airbrush. It's from 2013 or 14. That's pretty cool. Sorry. I'm making a total mess, but that doesn't matter. I'll clean it up later. More important to get the color. Cleanup can come second. Maybe I should use a different brush after all. Yeah, let's change the brush. I'm going a little bit too fast in the palette, and I'm tearing the palette paper because I know a rigid brush. I'm trying to go for speed a little bit. Go for this big one. So yeah, overall, pretty interesting stuff all around. Oh yeah, okay. Kind of significantly. The way that this blue is coming out on the preview window is making me think of jade. So I might actually build him up toward jade instead of blue. It might be fun. Yep. Okay, next. I'm gonna use that for smaller and less unique models, like I said, the Gears of War stuff and the Wolfenstein board game. These guys I'm just batch painting with average-ish speed. Next two colors will be purple and gray. Dark neutral gray. There we go. Good a chance. Good an opportunity as any to flip. And I also liked quite a few of the other Crix models, but Sadly, that would be stupid because that's not a game that is ever going to be played again. I don't think so. These, however, are interesting just to keep in mind in case. No, yeah. I mean, in our mostly group. True. I'll probably end up getting some, but they are low on the priority list for now. Um, these are actually pretty nice pseudo generic. They give me a vibe. There was this PlayStation game. Was it Dead Zone or Warzone? Also, these green ones are interesting substitutes for Van Sar. No, not these. I take that back. It wasn't these guys. No. Who was it? These Necro Cyborgs are really cool, but I have no idea what I would use them for, but they kind of look nice. They're kind of these, how were those in Star Trek called? The Borg, I don't know. Also Quake monsters. Yeah, generic futuristic, but you can definitely see a use for them. Borg, yeah. Trying to find the ones I was thinking about. It would look good as Vansar. Was it this? No, they were green. No. But yeah, while generic, you can fit them if you need a quick few models to flush out a group of like a gang or something. What am I missing here? No. Oh well, whatever. Either way, I just always forget about this range and got reminded of it. Because that's where the ogres come from. Oh, well, probably, maybe come from. That dark camo green came out a bit too bright. That's all. We'll darken it down later on. Now let's get to shaking. Oh yeah, neither am I. It was just an interesting idea an interesting opportunity to look through some model ranges. I didn't really find anything halflingy. I was on the lookout, but nothing really grabbed my eye. Most of the models are either way too old or generic. Nothing with identity. Maybe Grebo will come out with something, and that would be a little more scale appropriate. Or at the very least, boosters. They'll certainly come out with those for our humans team. They have that one miscast ogre that substitutes as a halfling. It's just the first print they had of the ogre was in a wrong scale, and they ended up putting it in the starters. And now, if you look at their website, it's called the First Halfling Knight, and it's very cute, but it's just the one model, so it's not really applicable. Can't build a team out of that. Yeah, to see how the teams are set in the new rules so they can adjust accordingly. The old ones certainly wouldn't have like the hefties and what was the other positional that they introduced? I forget. A catcher, right. Ogres have a different ogre position as well. The kicker. So if I get these ogres, I'll have to think of something to make one of them a little bit more different. Because it's just one of them. And that can be kicker. And they have a different skill access, so it would be a good idea to make him distinguishable. I think he had passing access or something. I also looked into expanding, and of course I'll forget defocus. Of course. Expanding the Bretonians to cover the nobles team, which would essentially just require one ogre and a couple of throwers. And the Florence Knights are also made to be a human team, so they already have those positionals there, which is nice. So if I just add 3 more models to the Bretonians, I get 2 teams essentially. And if I add the catchers, and then I'll get another human team as well. I don't know why, but could make it a 3-in-1 team, and like Emo's multi teams. There are definitely opportunities. But there is time, like one at a time. Let's focus first on getting these guys done, and then the regular Bretonian team, and based on when that'll be done, I can look into either getting the ogres or maybe going to some of the board games with miniatures that I have pending painting. And start cleaning up the huge mound of models. And maybe even using them in a game. How about that? How are you this weekend, by the way, in terms of time? Will you be working, or are you here? Or will you be GMing again? Yeah, I suppose that Well, one of them is me, because I just have the... whatchamacallit? I have Twitch open to see if I get any lag. Transmission. And it's counting me as my own viewer if I have Twitch open. So in reality it's just one person, but that's still very welcome, and as long as whoever it is enjoying what they see or are interested in the discussion that's taking place, they are more than welcome to either come in and say hi or just lurk around. Either way, their presence is appreciated. Alright, okay. Not to worry. Because we can just start thinking about scheduling the third place elf off. Although it won't really be an elf off. Like, I saw that you have so much guard on your elves. It's criminal. Like, you have at least 3 guard players. Ridiculous. And that's from a first season team. Well, yeah. Well, against... Yeah, I see what you mean. But still, it's there, it's a threat. Both passive and active, so... it will be an interesting thing to watch. Very mobile guard. Quick and agile. The topic came out about the Forecatcher No Ogre human team build for a roster. And every time I hear about it, it always weirds me out, because it's something that I would like to try. It sounds very weird to play. But it does have some advantages and a lot of disadvantages. Speaking of mobile guard, and it would be a high-scoring team, so you try to score as often as you can, because you can't really stall with that. Yeah, that was a bit disgusting. So that match was not particularly enjoyable. Yeah, especially in such a build. So you have no throwers, you get the 4 catchers, and I'm not sure if you got the 4 blitzers or just 2 of them. I'm not sure. I gotta check again. But I think you get 4 blitzers, and 4 blitzers, 4 catchers, and everything else is just linemen. which makes it a very fast team, but it also makes it a very weak team and one that can't really stall. You can't stall with this. But the second you get into scoring range, you have to score or else you'll be overrun. At least that's how I feel about it. It's interesting. Because in the Reddit Discord server for humans, the person who was suggesting this build was very adamant that it is a very strong build. But my brain can't place the exact exploit, so to speak, that would make it so. Yes, exactly. A weird Skaven team, so not good at, not very agile, not very good at passing, but very, very quick. Yeah, that's the thing. And yeah, you can build up, and you have 4 blitzers, so you can build up some sort of an offense. But defense seems very strange, because if you do column defense with this team, you'll get wrecked, because you can't disengage reliably on the turn after you set up the column defense. And with 7 players with strength 3 and everything else on strength 2, you can't really fight your way out of it. So it's really weird. Yeah, go around him from the back, try to tear him, make him not be able to defend all of his sides. But you will be mostly doing this with strength 2 players. They will be the only ones that can actually run around the, let's say, if it's a cage or something. He lost an arm. Oh yeah, for sure. Right, let's fix this guy up real quick. Yep. Yeah, true. I constantly forget that they are actually pretty quick. It might be worth trying out in one of the league seasons. Although with the new rules, I don't think they'll be very good, but we'll see. Alright, let me get some glue. So we're... These are the super cool little applicators for super glue, by the way. I really dig them. Somehow... And this is why I prefer using super glue to plastic glue for these sort of models. And I've stated this before. If the model would break, it would break where you glued it. Whereas if you use plastic cement, plastic glue, it might break off somewhere else, and so the seam would not be as clear and easy to fix up like in this case. That's why I'm always a firm advocate for super glue. And there we go. Good as new. Yeah, I mean, if it breaks, like if you create enough traction to break it, it wouldn't actually break like in the middle of the arm or something. Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. It's like it's a little bit of a better impact distribution if it falls, and if it's a gaming piece, it is more than likely to fall at some point. Be dropped at some point. Yo, PFK Painting. Good evening, sir. Thank you for the follow. Fairly well. Had a little bit of an accident with this Goliath, as my butterfingers dropped him. So I had to do some quick field repairs, but he'll make it. He'll be all right. How are you doing? How has the Monday been treating you? Yep, already went through the process, and he is back to having 2 arms. And thanks again for the follow in case I missed it. Oh, so let me give you a shout out. Keep forgetting to do. Torn between starting a new project and continuing some of the shelved ones. If you close your eyes and you think about it, what mini comes up? Is it something that you've already started, or is it something that you would like to start off with? I think that might be of help. Yeah, if you have something that you are currently working on, this is a link-friendly chat, so... Yeah, that's why I can't really give any firm advice here, because I do suffer from the same. But it would feel better if you were to finish something that's either close to completion or like over 50% of the way done. Then you can sort of treat yourself with starting something new. I don't know. Okay, I think we're done with. By the way, these little plastic super glue applicators are the bomb. I've been loving them so much. They've made building models so much easier. I just got them recently, and that's why I'm overly excited about something so trivial. Oh yeah. Yeah, I've seen those. They are awesome. And they have very cool names. Was it Big Joe, Mamba Jumbo, or something like that? Did they come out with the whole team for the pirate orcs? What I would like to try first in the new edition, probably something human-like. Oh, that's so cool. They are very awesome models. I really enjoy them. I think our commissioner, our local commissioner here for Blood Bowl, he has them. Yeah, there were several trolls and orcs, but I'm not sure if they made all of the positionals. Because it's kind of a slow burn project. Yeah, so one of the humans, either regular or Bretonian, if they find their place in the rules, or nobles. All right. Absolutely, absolutely. Post away. I am curious to see your approach to it. Ah, sweet. It's always interesting to see a different non-green orcs. Because there are so many colors that go well with them, and this grayish one is definitely among them. I think this is closer to the, I think they actually have Japanese ogres like in their mythology that are this type of skin tone. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they had some Oni things that Oni ogres of this color scheme for Flash at least. Yeah, definitely sweet stuff. Is this again Big Child created? The sculpt. Oh yeah. Cool. Really, really nice. Are you going to put some more color in the recesses, like in the shadowed areas? Are you going to bring some other tones into them? Or is this pretty much the extent? That's pretty much what I'm... Oh yeah, the skin is a very nice idea. I personally love gray skin and pale skin in general on models. But recently I've been focused on trying out different colors of flesh and different colors of undertones for the flesh, something to complement the shadows and improve contrast. This is why I'm going for these multicolored Necromunda. God damn it. Goliaths. We're playing around with green and blue and purple, and actually the one I'm about to paint is also gray. Oh, so you're actually okay considering the other, not just the flesh color, but the other colors of the other details of the model. That never thought of that. Why'd you have to tell me this? Now it makes it even more complicated. Get them. This is the previous one I tried to play around with grays. But I didn't really introduce anything interesting into him. I just glazed some flesh tones in the final highlights. Nothing really special, which is why I want to bring another gray one so I can play around with that as well. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I think I bit off way too much this time. I'm trying way too many things and I can't focus on one thing. And as a result, I'm kind of losing focus on a particular thing that I'm trying to work to improve. I even opened this one up. But yeah, at the end of the day, they are going to be gaming pieces, so not as crucial for them to be significant. As you can see, I'm still at the old approaches with base coating all around and stuff like that. I really haven't grown beyond that yet. Yeah, yeah, exactly. And I found this cool color wheel that appears to have a little bit more to it than the standard one. It was the Martian color wheel, and I intend to play around with that a little bit more. Um, when picking out colors for little splashes here and there, like the hair or the little tubes. And it also has the names. If you don't have it, I can link it to you. It also has the color names, which is a good opportunity to actually get to learn some of them. Oh, for sure, dude. No, don't sweat it. Because there are colors like dark azure and outer blue. I never knew Uranus was a color. Like, and is it me, or does it seem a little bit turned around? So if you look for the default one, which is orange to blue, if you look at the degrees, orange doesn't actually go into the straight blue, into the dark blue that it does on the standard wheel. It goes into turquoises as a direct complementary, which is interesting. Yeah. Anyway, it did look like an interesting tool to have around and play around with. Probably not gonna come into a lot of play with these guys because I already have some predetermined colors in order to keep uniformity of the team, but if I do a one-off model, probably I'll look more deep into it. Again, I jumped a little bit too deep, too fast, and kind of losing my mind here. Well, yeah, I want them to look like they are from the same gang, since they have different flesh colors. There has to be something that ties them together. Yeah, definitely. Because I've been hearing so much about different color wheels and different concepts of primary colors and all that. I've seen Harlequins with more uniform. Oh, come on now. You see. You see on the table. You won't be able to tell them apart. That's a lie. But whatever. It's fun. And for the first time in maybe, I don't know, 3 projects around, I haven't felt the slightest bit burnt out. I'm always doing something different, even a little bit, for each one of these gangers. And so, inspiration-wise, it's been keeping things fresh. What's this? Oh yeah. Ooh, 70 mil. The big one. I was about to ask if they have other ones, but I guess these are display models. Oh yeah, you can bet. You can bet. So what are the other projects that you would like to start? Like the ones that you haven't yet but are considering? PFK. Currently waiting on the backer kit for Gangs of the Underhive, the Frag and Unicorns Kickstarter. I really want to see what are the other gangs that they will be releasing. They teased a few additional models, which pretty much all of them look better than the ones in the base Kickstarter. Meaning that I'll probably get them as well. What's that? Ooh, yeah. Yeah, this is Creature Caster. I thought it looked familiar. Yo, Setsui! How are you? Yeah, so Agent Orange, if you like this model, this is actually from Creature Caster. And they are a company that does all sorts of models that are based on different demons and stuff. Kind of influenced by the Chaos Gods, but not really. But yeah, all of these, they've been a riot lately. They are awesome models. How are you, Setsui? Is the Monday treating you well? As the week started in a pleasantly routine way. Oh, nice. That's good to hear. It is a big project. How far along are you? Like, is there a lot more to do, or are you nearing completion? Oh, damn it. Well, at least you are now ready for the next one. Absolutely. Is if there was even a reason to mention it. But again, it's done, it's there, and it's ready for whenever it is needed again. Yeah, well, that's actually pretty. I don't know, actually. To me, that sounds like a reasonable delivery time for something that doesn't necessarily constitute as a routine piece to just. Oh, is it an in-house like an indoor window? I think I'm bubbling bullshit. Indoor window. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I had a buddy of mine having issues with their garage as well. Um, he lives in an apartment building, and they made a big change in regards to how the door operates. So they got some. They automated it, but the way the mechanism works is pretty shitty, and you kind of. It's gonna be difficult in the winter, let's just say it like that, because there's an incline that you need to go over in order to park the car in the garage. And the door opens very slowly. You kind of need to stop the car, get out while on the incline. If there's a lot of ice, it's gonna be weird. They didn't really think it all the way through. Oh, okay, okay. Oh, yeah, yeah. Tell me about it. Yeah, I think that's a little bit on the wise part of things. Ladders are a death trap, especially if you're using them outside, because there is rarely anywhere that you can get. Like, you can. It's hard to dig them in a way that you feel stable all the way. Yeah, it would be faster, you'd get a lot less annoyed or frustrated with the whole process. Only thing is you might need to wait a little bit more for the pro to get there, but yeah, Queen Malefica. Malefica. Yeah, they are doing this as a full-time job. Again, it's not a guarantee that they would know how to do it too much better, but still, at the very least, it's not you who is taking the risk, which I think. Yeah, no, pretty much all of the creature caster stuff is bang on. I really like their the orc, the Steam Forge orc with a metal hand and a big hammer and the exhaust with the huge smoke coming out of him. And while they are big models, I think that they are to a scale that you can actually use in, let's say, you can use them as monstrous creatures and 40k and stuff. You could say that they are somewhat multi-purpose. Yeah, I was thinking that one particularly too, but yeah. There's a smaller one, which was, I think it was something of Carnage, who is a smaller demon, and I think wouldn't stand out too much scale-wise on a Blood Bowl pitch. Okay, I take that back. Yeah, but that's not the model I was thinking of. Even though it is exactly very much a bloodthirster, but yeah. And the tree. Throw around them hobbits. usual problem of zealously putting models together and then not being able to squeeze a brush in to paint them. But I still prefer it that way. Sub-assemblies make me tired before I even start doing them, and I avoid them like the plague. I shouldn't. They are a little bit off-putting. Okay, nearly done with the flesh. Well, with the base coat of the flesh. Not really saying anything. But it's something. The primer's playing games with me, and I'm not enjoying that. I haven't haven't handled the model after priming, and you can see how the paint sort of flips off the primer, and it should be a decent primer. But it does do that every now and again. On certain surfaces, on certain details even. Nothing that a couple of coats won't fix, but still a bit disappointing when it happens. Oh, I forgot a hand.
Law and order has begun to break down following the major energy crisis. Motorcycle gangs scavenged the lands and terrorized the population. As such, Main Force Patrol, an outrun police force, has been created to patrol the lands and to uphold the remains of law and justice.
Yeah, it's a cool name. I mean, whatever you want. Occam's Laser is a cool name for a band. Especially in the synth, whatever you want to call it, genre. I'm playing around too much. Should be more to the point. It's fun. So, I don't know.
Soon, only one driver remains. Max Rokitansky.
I think that's all of him.
Circumstance is destined to
Good.
become the Road Warrior.
Okay, well. Decent time actually. Let's give them another look over and see if there's anything glaringly missing. This guy with this axe is totally an orc. Just can't tell me anything else. This guy came out a bit weird. I think I didn't shake the paint enough. Orc infiltrator, yeah. With the big roaring axe. No one will see him or hear him coming. Yeah, I think I didn't shake that paint well enough. Came off a little bit. Yeah. Still alright though. And don't worry about the colors being somewhat dark. Well, at least these ones. Like the green went a bit too far in the bright scale. Okay, good. But they will get brighter. And these ones I won't be washing at the end, so I won't be doing that attempt to make things easier. So just pretty much nullified a big portion of my efforts. Purple guy is good. Right, now let's consult the wheel and pick out colors for the trousers, or at the very least combine the colors that we already put on these guys you have on the palette them to use. So what do we want? I don't want them to be necessarily complementary. I want the complementary colors to be for the hair pieces where they are available. So first up, green guy. So this is kind of oak leaf. We warm it up. I don't know. Dark brown or milk chocolate for the pans. Or do we go red? We already have. Yes, I'm using technically the same colors. That I used for the other guys, just in a little bit of a different hue. But I want to combine them different. So last time the green guy got purple pants, so this time he could get yellow. I don't know about yellow. Pink. No. I'll keep it within this palette. The yellows, greens, and pinks will go into the hair. Into the mohawks. And I'll make them really bright and vibrant. But the pants, nah. We can go blue for this. Yeah, blue would be good. So purple can go on... Purple can go on gray. Because gray will end up looking very washed out. So purple will bring a little bit of vibrancy into the trousers. Okay, so we got two. Who gets green? Purple or blue? I don't know. Go with purple. Purple and green, let's see how that works. And for blue, I won't do gray, or would I? Why wouldn't I do gray? Yeah, let's do gray on the blue, blue on the gray, and so on. Let's do it. And then we got the shoes to think of. But I think I'll keep them in more subtle tones, maybe. We'll see. These are, for all intents and purposes, experimental models. Like I said, I'm trying too many things with them to keep focused, which isn't good, but it is what it is. And it's so liberating to just slap things on and then look after the fact and take notes for future endeavors. Kind of forgot already when I decided. That's good. Cool. Again, the primer really. Might have to find a new brand. Looks great. Leave this to dry. Let's sketch them out. So blue is for green. Purple again. Damn it. I've got the purple out. So things. Going colorblind here. And as usual, I'm forgetting the trim over the over the belt. Now that I remember it, I will this. This part I always forget. Not this time. Brain clicked it. This is again not the most interesting part of it, so that's why I kind of want to get through it as quickly as possible. Like a leaf, yeah, it does, doesn't it? Especially with the tube from the hand that isn't in any way related to it, but yeah, it gives off that feel. The heavy stubber. Okay, let's leave this to dry. But it is a cool looking pose. It's actually the one that was printed on the weapon upgrades pack. And the second that I saw it, it was just, yeah, I need that. I need to build me one of those. Yeah. He's even jacked. Bit less on the armor part, but yep. Yep. I can see it. Defo can see it. Is it? I remember watching that movie, and so there were two parodies that came out sort of simultaneously. One was Meet the Spartans, and the other one was 301, I think. So I get the two mixed up. Neither was particularly good, but I love parodies, so help myself. Okay, this. Okay. Yeah, now that I actually mixed the paint correctly, the blue is much nicer. Shook it off. Yeah. Did you watch the both of the parodies or just Meet the Spartans? Can't remember it. Can't remember the exact gags. Ooh, that's an interesting effect. Kind of contrast effect. You paint very watered down over gray. I never use this. I always like it when it happens, but I never really use it, which is kind of dur. Who's left? Not an orc. I think he's sufficiently inconspicuous. We might need to think about getting this color darker. And by we, I mean me. This is, however, a very liberating stage, like just slapping color on it, as opposed to trying to be careful about what goes where. Base coating is fun. Might be boring to watch, but it's fun to do. This is a very interesting brush. It's a large one, it's a size 6. Relatively pretty large. But the way the tip makes a very, very fine, almost needle nose at the end of it. You can actually get some very good accuracy out of it, and it can store paint for days. Technically, I should be able to paint an eye with it. All about the tip. And not having shoulders. Yeah, brush wise, definitely. This is why a lot of pro painters would advise to use very cheap brushes, and as long as they can hold a good tip, they are very good, like perfectly usable. And because they're cheap, you don't have to take so much care of them. They're much more disposable, and you can speed up your painting process. Now, I'm not painting an army and 100 models, so I don't really, it's not as applicable to me, but it's always nice to see the pros and cons of any tool that you use. Actually feel it in your fingertips. Okay, well, this was a bit optimal, but whatever. Let's have a cigarette, let it dry, and go for round 2 off hands, and call it a day. But I am going to finish them up. I already have the paint on the palette, and I've done one go through all of them. Might as well just do another quick one. And it should be fun. And then hopefully get some sleep. Okay. I won't really get any time to paint tomorrow though. I might have a date. It's not yet confirmed, but possibility. So that's not. Yeah, social life. That remains to be seen, but yeah, I'm feeling good about it. Feeling optimistic. Apart from the fact that it's on a Tuesday. But yeah, it's good. Has only been penciled in, so it's not certain to happen, but a little bit of a something to look forward to on a weekday. Mounted halfling. Oh, that's the okay. The Ram Rider or whatever it was called. Uh a bit fiddly, but it's doable. If you don't need the sword itself, it can be done. Because usually what you do is you go under the guard and just snip it as close to the finger as you can. But because the guard goes downward, you'll have to snip here, and just sort of chip it out. The handle goes out very easily. Especially if the arm is a separate piece, when you put it together, it's gonna be easy. And then it's just a little bit of drilling, so you can give like the indent of the fist, like this part, the thing. Like you need to sort of drill a little bit into it, but it's fine. Yeah, it can be done very easily. Bit messy, but definitely not hard. Nah. Yeah. But you gotta find a rider for it, right? Also, why would you put a ram without any horns? Should be a blitzing goat, ram or animal. Yeah, that will be hard. Making a rider for the model will be hard. Well, harder. I don't know. I've never done it. So. Did I? I didn't. Someday I'll have it. Not today. just doesn't take paint. The Ram Riders have two beloved mascots that accompany them to every game. Sheep and Ronald the Ram. One of them is a guy in a suit, but nobody can tell which. Okay. He's plastered. Okay, this is becoming a problem with the paint not taking on the primer. It'll be interesting when I get to the Bretonians, because a large portion of them I primed with the airbrush when it was still fully operational before the accident, and a part of them I primed with the spray can. So it'll be interesting to see which works better, getting the paint on there. This one isn't the usual one I use. I usually go for the Mr. Hobby stuff, but they didn't have it, so I got Tamiya. Tamiya should be, if not the same, then almost a perfect match. But it's been giving me problems on almost every model. So definitely not getting that ever again. I am starting to enjoy the Pro Acryls. Like I said, there is a little bit of a learning curve to them. Like the paints, that is. The fact that they're pre-thinned, I can just really go heavy with them. Not think about leaving brush strokes and all of that. At the same time, they dry very matte. Will probably make layering and glazing a little bit, well, not difficult, but different, so I will just need to be more careful with it. But they definitely speed up things, at least in terms of covering large areas. You can go pretty freely over them. Like if I was doing this with the citadels, there would have been a lot of detail obscuring. It would have been a vastly inferior experience. Also, with the amount of grays and browns that the set has, all the ones that I got have, it'll be easier to keep the color I want to keep in view, not rely on the color triads, which I've been doing very heavily so far. And I'm very unused to seeing a matte finish on a paint while I'm painting. Citadels are a little bit, well, they're not glossy. What's up, Kid Checker? Oh, I'm fine, thank you. Close to winding down, but still going. How about yourself? Doing some quick and dirty base coating. Get that part of the things out of the way. Get ready for the real deal. How are you doing on this Monday? Well, it's evening here, but sure. Time is. You're from. No, these are for Necromunda. I'm doing some House Goliath dudes. As we are looking into trying it out as a secondary game in my local gaming group. And models are pretty cool, so. Also, I'm using the opportunity to play around with some colors and make them a little bit goofy. Like, they technically shouldn't have green skin and purple skin and all that, but it's a good opportunity to do some exercises and play around with some colors, so. Oh no, no worry, no problem whatsoever. So this is a small skirmish game, like low model count game. It doesn't have... Well, this guy could confuse you with the, because he could be a chainsaw orc. So this one in particular can be a little bit misleading. But yeah, Necromunda is in the 40k universe. It's in the Hive worlds. It takes place in some of the Hive worlds, so the big, densely populated areas. Think the mega cities in Judge Dredd. Something along those lines, only even larger. And these are representatives of different gangs that fight for dominance and power. And the game is kind of like XCOM, only on tabletop. So it sounds fun, it sounds like a cool premise. And I want to see how it works. To do that, I want to have painted models. Yeah, for breathable air, water, like all of these luxuries in the utopic world of 40k. This lovely utopia. Thanks. I'm just quick and dirty giving some big base coats that I can work off from here on out. Also testing out the Pro Acrylic paints. I'm trying to move away from Citadel paints little by little, and I really wanted to give as a government job. Yeah, pretty much. Give these paints a try, and they have been a blast. Oh yeah, the... Are you like reading them as books or audiobooks? I know that they've been translated into audiobooks very nicely. And they are a great series as well. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much, I think, out of the Horus Heresy, it doesn't really involve much other than Space Marines. It's pretty much exclusive. Did you get to the Night Lords part? The evil Batman dudes? They're one of my faves. He's doing horrible things for fairly good reasons, but the way it comes out is just... Oh, it does? I haven't read them myself or listened to them. Just basically, I just know the cliff notes here and there. All right. Human Elder Spy. I wonder if they will rewrite them, like, not rewrite, but just edit Eldar into Eldari for the books, or if they'll just keep it as is. Games Workshop seems to be very determined to copyright their stuff. I understand that, but oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And it will give you a very good understanding. So this is technically 30k, the Horus Heresy, so you'll get a much better understanding of, well, a few of the factions in 40k. Has anyone in particular caught your eye or your ear more than anyone, any of the other stories? Like something that stands out for you so far? Oh sure. So I stream Mondays and Wednesdays, and 3 hours before now is when I start. So next time it will be on Wednesday, 1600 UTC, if that helps you in any way. And thank you very much. I would very much appreciate it if you were to come by again, and thank you for dropping by today as well. Okay, Eisenhorn, yeah. There might or might not be an Eisenhorn series in the making, so keep an eye out. Oh, right, good. I think it'll be on Netflix, but I'm not really sure. Yeah, something including Eisenhorn will come about at some point. Alright, I think we are mostly done with what I set out. Thank you, dude. Thank you for coming along, and have a lovely rest of your evening as well. And see you soon. Hello, Sobi. Signing off. So we got some work done actually. We got the flesh done and the pants for this guy and these other 3 boosters. Bit weird, the purple and green, but we'll work through it. You'll have the shoes to paint to get a good idea of what we're looking at. But yeah, progress is being made. We're moving along. To be followed up next time. Bye guys. Keep doing what you love and loving what you do. I've been Bachakoyo, signing out. See you on the flip. Lovely rest of your evening again. Bye bye.